and we've heard it from the South African Council of Churches as well. We're going to bring in David van Wyk now. He's lead researcher at the Benchmarks Foundation, and he joins us. David, thanks very much indeed for your time. I hope that you were able to hear some of the comments being made there, a lot of blame being placed at the foot of police. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that the levels of blame comes in many layers. The first layer is the impunity with which large mining corporations ignore the law and do not apply the law around mine closure and rehabilitation. I heard them say that they are now going to block those shafts with mine caps. I can guarantee that within a year, those shafts will be circumvented again because these concrete caps that they put on top is not adequate to close those mines effectively. The other tragedy is that those mines could have been used very productively in the economy to create jobs, in the sense that we are moving away from large-scale industrial mining. Tens of thousands of workers are being retrenched in mining towns every year. And these people get sent home, or they cannot even afford to go home because very often they cannot even access their pensions and other monies due to them. But besides that, I think that those mines could have been repurposed and re-engineered for other purposes that would have been beneficial to the economy. Each of those shafts had electricity substations supplying them with electricity. The shafts could have been used for geothermal electricity generation, for gravitational electricity generation, and the abused land around those mines could have been used for solar energy production, which could have fed back into the national grid and which could have created jobs in Stilfontein. The reason why people of Kuma and so on were so supportive of those mine workers that were underground there is because those mine workers made an income that supported the economy of Kuma and the economy of Stilfontein. Now, if we actually plan to repurpose the mines for a post-mining economy in South Africa, we can avoid these kinds of situations because A, we can provide employment for people and we can provide economic opportunities for people. We also need to plan for small, medium, and artisanal mining in the country so that people who know only mining, because that's what they've done all their lives, can still participate in the economy instead of being just thrown away now that we no longer need them. The Minister of Mining was once the leader of the National Union of Mine Workers. Many of these older guys in these mines were members of his union. They should be looking after them. They should also be ensuring that the union pension funds and that the mine pension funds actually pay out the money that is owing to these people. You know, when we go to Lesotho and we interview people there and ask them why do they come back to the mines, they often say we are coming back to the mines to collect our father's pension, our uncle's pension, our brother's pension, and so on. You know, the other thing that they tell us, and the former premier of the Northwest Province, Job Mogoro, will confirm this. He interviewed Basotho women in 2018 at those same mines when dead bodies surfaced there. And basically what these women said was, our husbands were recruited as if they were coming to a formal mine. We did not know that they were coming to participate in illegal activities. Now, I don't see the police investigating the criminals on the surface who recruit people to take underground in these abandoned and disused mines. It's also a disgrace that there are 6,000 abandoned mines in this country, an issue which is not being addressed. And there are new mines that are being abandoned even as we speak, you know, depending on the gold price and all kinds of other vagaries of the international market and so on. We need to do more planning. And the people who are in government need to actually do the work that they are employed for and that they are elected for, which they are not doing now. We only saw the Minister of Mining appear at the scene on Monday after this crisis started in August last year already. It only became publicly known in November. You know, so why is it that the relevant minister, this is not a policing matter, this is an economics and mining matter. Why is it that the relevant minister was nowhere to be seen all along in this crisis until the last day?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, David, you know, the issues are obviously not as clear-cut as these are illegal miners and this is a criminal offence. Just from everything you've described, you know, people from Lesotho saying, we're coming to South Africa to collect an uncle or a father's pension. And yet police are treating it as clear-cut. I mean, one of the sound bites earlier from the police in the Northwest saying that this is a crime scene. These are people who will be taken through the legal system. It's not being approached in the sort of overarching way that you've described the issue of illegal mining.
Well, exactly. And if we look at the sentences that people have been given, those who have already come up, they've been given 6-month suspended sentences for 6 years. So is it worth dying for a 6-month sentence? And the police claim that these people did not want to come up because they did not want to be arrested. Zamazamas know that there's very little that they can be charged with. If they are charged with trespassing, their lawyers will simply say, trespassing against whom? This is an abandoned mine. If they are charged with possession of gold, they will say, but these guys did not carry gold. They had bags of rock on their backs, proof that there was gold in those bags of rock. The rock is not yet processed. I've not heard that the police are looking for where these rocks are being milled, where they are being processed, where the gold is being extracted, because there's where you will find the actual illegal gold, and that is on the surface. They are also not investigating where this gold is being traded, who is buying the gold, who is processing the gold, who's getting the gold into the formal system on the surface. The surface crime is not being looked at. The only crime that's being looked at is where the victims of syndicates and criminal bosses are underground.
David van Wyk, let me thank you for your time this afternoon. Such a wide-ranging issue. That's all the time we have. David is a lead researcher at the Benchmarks Foundation. Of course, as we continue to track the issue of the illegal mining saga that's been unfolding in Stilfontein over a period of many, many months. Sanco and Makua, two organizations operating in that area, saying that Operation Valomgodi killed the illegal miners who lost their lives over these past weeks, and not the practice of illegal mining itself.